Well, hey crafty friends, it's Hiedi Scott with DiyDreaming, and on this video tutorial I'm going to show you how easy it is to make something that I call pulled string burlap flowers. And I'm going to show you two ways. I'm going to show you the way where you coil them up. I'm also going to show you how to create them so they're flat. And let me just warn you right now, this is a super addicting craft. I've been doing this kind of flower for over 5 years and people are always telling me that they couldn't stop making them. So just wanted to give you that little caution. The main ingredient is this kind of burlap ribbon. It's from Walmart. It's not in the ribbon area of the craft section. It's with like the faux florals and with the moss and that kind of section. But anyways, these come in a lot of different colors: orange, blue, brown, yellow, red, cream, my favorite, and this natural color. And anyways, so this is what a flat, these have been in a plastic bag in a closet. I haven't brought them out in a while, so they're a little smooshed. But anyways, this is what a flat one looks like. We'll do that. And this is what one that is not flat looks like, and you can see how it kind of stands up. So, and then you can embellish them however you want. Buttons, bling, other floral pieces. Oh, and I forgot to say blue is a color that's an option. And also, when you're out and about, if you have a Dollar Tree or Dollar General, or if you're looking around Hobby Lobby and you happen to see some of these, grab them, because these go great with the florals too. And for fall, this orange and brown is a great combination. There's also a darker brown. So, oh, and then the last thing I want to tell you right now, and then we'll jump right in, is don't throw the strings away. I will just kind of straighten them from each piece of burlap ribbon, and then I'll just tie a little loose knot in the center. And there's other crafts that you can do with these, like you can make tassels, you can add them to your flowers. There's a lot of other things. So don't throw this part away. In fact, I have a whole bag of these that I never throw anything away, that I think I could possibly use for craft in the future. So, okay, so first things first, I'm going to show you with the cream because I think it's easiest to see. Whoops. Okay, well, I can do a little math. You're going to want your pieces to be between 12 and 24 inches long. And I'm going to cut right up the center of this row of weaving and not crooked. It makes it a little bit easier to do your strings. So this is going to be about 18 inches or 16 and a half, 17, 18 inches. You can do 12 inches, you can do 24 inches. The longer, the bigger your flower will end up being. And before I jump into this, let me show you a couple that I just pulled out. Okay, here's a really pretty, natural colored, standing, I think is what I'll call that, burlap flower. Here's one where it's flat, because I did it on a piece of backing. And then I just tied a knot in some burlap and put that in the center. This was a fun one. I think this was the first time I discovered that you can actually snip the loops and make flowers that look more like this rather than this. And I'll show you how you can push it down and kind of spread it out once you get, oh, they also have green, or this is sort of a olive Is this the olive? No, that's brown. But they do have a green color too. You can put little wooden pieces in them. I put them on, here's some wooden buttons. I put them on magnets and done all kinds of fun things. This is a flat one, and I coiled up some Dollar Tree rope and glued that in the center. Here's another. I've made them and glued a wire into them. This one's really crumpled, but anyway, so that I could make it a standing one. Here's another one where I tied a knot in a piece of lace and used that, and it also has a magnet on it. Here's one that I just added some other stuff to. So, tons that you can do. And these rolls of burlap from Walmart are generally, I would say, between $5 and $6 or $7. So they're not expensive and they last a very long time. Okay, I've just cut out my piece. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pull out all these strings. And after making these for 5 years, I figured a few things out and I'm going to share all that with you. Okay, so first of all, it's going to be hard to get a hold of them if you have this row that is going horizontal. So I'm going to pull that off and it's going to come right off. I'm not going to save this because it's too short. And I'm going to pull off the second one too. Okay, now these are going to be much easier to get a hold of, to basically pull them out. But the first couple that you pull, it's gonna be a little, it's gonna resist you doing that. And I have found that using some kind of a plier, crafting jewelry plier thing helps. So, this first one is always difficult to pull out. And we're going to go clear over to the edges. So I have been working on this, and I have a couple here. This one is ready, and we'll do it in just a second. I pulled out all the center. Oops. I just threw the other one on the floor. I pulled out all the center ones. On the edges, you want to have 3 or 4 rows. Can you see what I'm saying? I could probably do one more row here. That will make your flower, if you're doing a standing one, not so high as if you did 5 or 6 rows. Okay, and this one, the natural colored stuff from Walmart is definitely stiffer and it's harder to pull. So I started pulling and I just wanted to finish it up and show you. So, talk amongst yourselves for a moment. Once you get it going, it's not hard to pull these out. But seriously, the pliers, the jewelry things, those make it so much easier. Okay, so both of these sides are too big. I'm going to pull more rows out. And that now it has 3. Can you see that? So let me get this side. I have made so many of these flowers. The ones I showed you are just the ones that didn't go on projects. Okay, so now I have 3 on either side. I think I'm going to take one more row out because this is pretty good. Burlap ribbon, sometimes it's wonky and you have to leave more rows on either side. Okay, and we will be cutting that off in a minute. And I am going to save this goodness for a future project. Okay, so first thing you want to do is fold your little burlap over on itself. Can you see what I've got going there? And you're going to glue these 2 edges together. This is a project where you're going to get a ton of glue on your fingers, so you might want to use some of these little finger things from Dollar Tree. Or I had one of my followers make me this one that's on some kind of a little peg. You might want that. But don't use hot glue or you'll have burns. And I'm just going to do a little bit at a time. Okay. So can you see what I have done? If it's not perfectly straight, do not worry. I am not sure how many pulled string flowers you can make out of one roll, but this is how big they are. Does it say how many feet? 5.5 inch by 15 feet long. So you can see that you could do a lot. Okay. And you can see how much glue I have on my fingers already, and I'm just fine. I'm not crying or anything. All right. So I'm going to cut this off. It's just going to be in my way. And we'll do a rolled one that's going to be standing for the first one, so I can show you how to open it and fluff it out and do everything. Okay, so basically you're just going to start on one end and you're going to start rolling it onto itself. You don't have to use a ton of glue, but to get it started, use a good amount. Can you see how I just rolled it onto itself? Tell me in the comments if you have made these before, and gosh, if you have and you have pictures or they're handy, we would all love to see. So put some photos in the comments or go over to my group, my free group, which is Dreaming DIY. And if you haven't joined yet, answer the questions, join that group, and then share your pictures there. Okay, so I'm just rolling. You can see how I've just rolled it over on itself. You're going to get all the way to the end and glue it down. Okay, if I had done a longer piece of burlap, then this part would be larger. Or if I had done a smaller piece of burlap, then this part would be smaller. All right, so what you're going to do next is you're going to just use your fingers and try to figure out roughly, oh, I've got glue in my hair, roughly where is the center. That's roughly where my center is. And I'm just going to kind of fluff this out a little bit. And then I need something for the center. So like I said, it could be a button, it could be a piece of bling. It could be a little teeny wood piece. It could be something else, another type of flower that you create. Like I pulled these out. I don't think I'll use these, but I'll see. These are burlap stickers, also from Dollar Tree. And let's see if I put, that could be really pretty. Okay, I think I will. So, I mean, you can just see that you can put absolutely whatever you want in the center. And then you're going to push it down. So I'm going to put a generous amount of glue right in the center. Well, I do say that turned out pretty cute. What do you guys think? Do it this or this? Next time I'm going to show you how to do a flat one. But you get the basics. You pull the strings out and you want to cut your pieces between 12 and 24 inches depending on how big you want them. Just experiment and see what you like. You're going to pull out all the center ones, leaving a few rows on each side. Next step is you're going to fold it over and glue it. And then with these standing ones, you just basically start rolling it on itself. That's it. Okay, so let's glue this right here. And then you put whatever you want in the center. Bling, buttons, another type of flower that you created, I created that center one. Burlap stickers, and you just use hot glue and put it in the center. And if you're using this method to pull the strings and you like to watch TV, it's a good activity to keep your hands busy so you're not snacking. That's what helps me, one thing. And once you get started, it's not a very mindful activity. You can do it and watch TV at the same time. So I see lots of people on, and I would love it if you like flowers. I would love it if you would sprinkle this video if you want. Or, you know, let your friends know. Make some of these burlap flowers and share pictures. I would love all of those things. The burlap rolls, I'm just going to repeat this one more time. They come like this. They are mainstay brand. They're 5.5 inches from here to here. 15 feet long is what this one is. And they're from Walmart, craft department. Not with the regular ribbon, but with like the faux florals, faux succulents, vases, moss, all that kind of thing. And it comes in a lot of different colors. Okay, so to do the flat, you need another piece that you're going to glue it on. It could, I got this out, it could be on a piece of canvas duck or any other kind of fabric that you want. But it doesn't have to be. I'm just going to use a little piece of this same colored burlap. And I have not made these in a while, so I'm not remembering exactly how big this needs to be. I'm just going to cut off these ends here. And I'm sure I'll end up trimming it. Okay, and you're going to start from the outside and wind it. And I'm actually going to clip these stray ends off. And you can twirl it around whatever direction feels comfortable for you. That is such a personal thing, I've noticed. Okay. So I just attached it and I kind of twisted it as I was going because I want it to be a circle. flower might be better if I had done a longer piece. Maybe, well, just thinking out loud. Yeah, I definitely needed a longer piece. But you don't have to do the whole thing in the same color. I wonder if I have any that are pulled already, because that is kind of a long, boring process to watch. Okay, so can you see how I've wound it around and I've made what is sort of like a circle? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it in a little bit further and wind it around the inside. I want to clip these messy ends off. Someone tell me in the comments if this is making sense to you so far. I hope it is. Okay, so basically I have not quite 2 rows. I could have started smaller, that's what I should have done. But then I'm going to come back and I'm going to trim around it. Be careful not to clip my loops. So I just cut this off and I'll show you. I have one loop that must have gotten clipped too, so I'm just going to cut it off. So this is the back. And I would just keep going. I could also see if any of these would be big enough. Not quite. I need to pull some more strings on a cream color before I proceed to finish this. But basically, it's the same process, except you're going to be twisting it and pushing it flat, and you're gluing it to a separate piece rather than rolling it on itself. Does that make sense? Anyways, easy peasy, 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 easy peasy. I mean, seriously. I personally love very simple bling on mine. If you would like to look at some pretty bling, let me know and I will give you a link to my Totally Dazzled website. Buttons, wood beads, another piece of something that you've created. Like I could just glue that right in there right now and be done. Another one. Yeah, if I just tacked that on there, it's not exactly flat, but that could be pretty. I like that one the best. So you can layer however looks good to you. Can you show how you use them in my decor? Well, I put them on several different things. I like to put them on signs, and I have a couple of, they're not in here right now, but I have a couple of blackboard type things that are magnetic. So I like to put a magnet on the underneath, and then you can just attach it. And I have I don't remember if this one is magnetic or not. Oh, it is. So, and I'm gonna switch this out and do something different, but that's one idea. You could put a couple little flowers in one corner, a couple in another. I made a really cute little pocket to put my glasses on and to put various things on. I don't think I have it in here, but I used some little, and it was lace and canvas duck on an embroidery hoop in a little plate stand, and I just put a couple little flowers. So tons of options. Let's see, who else has a question? Anyone? All right, well, thank you guys so much for joining me. I have a ton of other flowers. Flowers are my favorite. Before I did this crafting live on Facebook, I took a ton of photos, close-ups, because that's what I really love. I think it's called macro photography of the centers of flowers and just how intricate they are and how the Creator, our Heavenly Father, is just such an artist to create all of that. And a lot of times we walk by and we don't even look. We don't see what's right in front of our face. So before I did all this business, that is kind of how I entertained myself. I didn't ever make any money doing that, but it was fun to take photos, put Bible verses on them, and make cards and stuff to give away. All right, well, that's enough. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and do this or this if you liked these pulled string burlap flowers. Don't hesitate to ask questions. I'm going to fix up a short little list of what, I'll copy this information, mention that you need a hot glue gun, and then whatever doodad you want to put in the center, that's pretty much it. And I'll also get a link to the beginning of this video in case you missed the start and you want to watch it. Oh, I see lots of hearts, lots of thumbs. I so appreciate that. I hope to see you guys later. We'll be doing lots more crafts this week that are going to be quick and easy. They're going to be affordable. They're going to be sometimes a little different, but they're mostly going to involve faith, family, and flowers.